This is the Dollemore Daily, and I'm Jesse Dollemore.
Hey everybody, I just wanted to give you a very brief message. Yesterday was my pre-surgical appointment for getting rid of the colon cancer that is growing within me. And I wanted to let you know that my surgery is actually October 19th. So I've got a couple more weeks with you, unfettered, no scars or anything before my recovery. I just wanted to keep you in the loop. I love you guys, I appreciate you. And now, on with today's video. In hindsight, looking back on the administration of Donald Trump and the manner with which he comported himself, the manner with which he ran his business as President of the United States, it's become more and more clear that he was covering for future misdeeds or putting a judiciary in place, more specifically, that would do his bidding when he was out of office and in legal jeopardy. I think it's fair to say that. I think it's clear that that's what took place. And we are all bearing witness to those fruits right now. This judge in Florida who's running interference for him relative to the DOJ's investigation into his illegally keeping documents, the purported violations of the Espionage Act, him holding on to nuclear secrets of foreign nations, him holding on to highly sensitive, top secret documents that were so sensitive they couldn't even be generally described in public. Serious things. And now Donald Trump is running once again to his hand-picked MAGA SCOTUS in an effort to seek relief from justice, to seek relief from consequence of his misdeeds, his illegal activity, his crimes. And I'm going to read a little bit from the CNN article, but I would tell you this up front. I don't think it's going to work. Even with this worthless, activist, draconian Trump court, that at least they have some modicum of ability to understand that their heads are on the chopping block, absolutely metaphorically speaking, that the reputation of the court is now in question. Finally, it is in question. And they've rejected requests from Trump in the past. 3, in fact, we'll get to. But let's read a little bit of this headline. With that in mind, that Donald Trump thinks this is his SCOTUS to do his bidding. He appointed them. They were confirmed by a Senate that was filled with sycophantic bootlickers. And he believes that they owe him something. This is transactional for Donald Trump. Reading from this CNN headline, Trump goes to Supreme Court over a Mar-a-Lago search and seizure of documents. Former president, CNN, the ex-POTUS asked the Supreme Court on Tuesday to intervene in the dispute over materials marked as classified that the FBI seized from his Mar-a-Lago estate this summer. His emergency request with the Supreme Court is the latest example of the ex-president seeking to invoke the justices in investigations that entangle him at a time when the high court's legitimacy in politically explosive cases is under intense scrutiny. And it's that particular paragraph, it's that particular aspect of this story that I think is going to lean toward a rightful, just outcome. Because they don't want to be looked at as lapdogs for Donald Trump. Even they have a little bit of shame. The Brett Kavanaughs, the Neil Gorsuches, the Samuel Alitos, the Amy Coney Barretts, not Clarence Thomas. He most certainly will abide by the wishes of his cult member wife and cover Donald Trump just like he did post-election. Continuing here with the article, Trump is specifically asking the court to ensure that more than 100 documents marked as classified are part of the special master's review. The request, if granted, could bolster the former president's attempt to challenge the search in court, as he has argued that he may have had a right Donald Trump has surrounded him. He's so yearning. He's so desperate to be told that he's correct. He has surrounded himself with a panoply of just yes men, just shameless cowards who won't tell him the truth. And this sentence really embodies that. The request, if granted, could bolster the ex-president's attempt to challenge the search in court, as he has argued that he may have had a right as an ex-president to possess certain government documents, including documents potentially containing the country's most sensitive secrets. No one of any repute, no one of any credibility whatsoever believes that Donald Trump, an ex-president, or Obama, or Clinton, or any other ex-president for that matter, has the right to maintain custody of top secret national security secrets. Nobody. The only people who do are the morons who surround Donald Trump. The human fruit flies who patter around, flying around the rotten peach that is Donald Trump's grape. Gross. Continuing on here, Trump, though, is not asking the Supreme Court to block the Justice Department from using the documents in its criminal probe into how materials from his White House were mishandled. Justice Clarence Thomas, Trump sycophant, my addition, not CNN, the recipient of Trump's application because he oversees litigation coming from the circuit court that is handling the special master order appeal, gave the Justice Department a deadline of 5 p.m. on Tuesday, October 11th, to respond. It remains to be seen whether allowing the special master, a third-party attorney tasked with reviewing evidence and filtering out privileged documents, to also access classified documents poses a real threat to the criminal investigation. Nor is it clear how sympathetic the High Court will be to Trump's claims, which rest largely on technical arguments about whether an appeals court had the authority to carve out the 100 documents from the review. Now, here's the point that I think is salient. Here's the point that I think is important, is that they've already rejected Donald Trump thrice. They rejected his efforts to block a congressional subpoena. They rejected his efforts when a grand jury came a-calling, and they've rejected his efforts of request for documents from the January 6th committee. All of these. And almost unanimous rulings, 9-0. There was a couple 8-1s, because we have Clarence Thomas, who loves the taste of Donald Trump's boot polish. It is all a bit much, but it really gives you an insight into the inner workings of Donald Trump's brain that I believe, and I wonder what you believe, we can mix it up in the comments here. I believe this was premeditated on Donald Trump's part to put as many sycophants and unqualified goons on the bench as he possibly could, so that, or planning that, they may owe him something in the future. And we've seen that with the judge in Eileen Cannon in Florida. Anyway, what do you think about all this? I'd love to know. You can call, leave me a brief voicemail, 714-576-4054. Of course, you can email me daily@dollemore.com. I'd love to hear from you. I'm also on social media. If you'd like to yell at me and tell me how wrong I am, that is the perfect place to do it before Elon Musk takes control of the helm. I am @Dollemore on Twitter and @Dollemore on Instagram. Still permanently banned from the TikTok, because I'm just too dangerous for that platform, apparently. If you appreciate what I do, if I bring you value to your day, to your week, to your life, to your news consumption, please consider supporting my work, helping produce what I do here. You can click the join button below this video, become a channel member for as little as $1.99 a month, or you can go over to patreon.com/IDoubtItPodcast. Both those are great ways. The Patreon is not just for the podcast. It absolutely helps support producing content right here on YouTube. Anyway, I love you guys. I appreciate you very much. I'll see you next time. Until I do, be genuine. Take care of one another.